NASCAR's top executive just admitted something most sports leagues would never say out loud. He's fine with his drivers throwing punches, not tolerating it, not looking the other way, actually fine with it. And what he said next about one of the sport's most polarizing young stars might explain exactly why. NASCAR CEO Steve O'Donnell sat down on the Racin' With the Boys podcast and dropped a take that's about to blow up timelines. He said driver-on-driver confrontations don't bother him. His only red line, when entire pit crews jump into the scrum. Then he was asked directly about Carson Hocevar, the aggressive love him or hate him driver of the number 77, and O'Donnell had nothing but praise for how he races. To understand why this matters, you have to look at where NASCAR has been. For years, the sanctioning body leaned hard into fines. Anything that looked like conflict got a price tag slapped on it. Clean image, controlled narrative, no chaos. But that approach came with a cost. When scuffles did break out, it wasn't just two frustrated drivers squaring up. It was entire crews swarming in. And according to O'Donnell, that created real safety concerns. Pit crew members are built like linemen. Not every driver is built the same way. A one-on-one shoving match turning into a pile-on is a very different, much more dangerous situation. So NASCAR quietly shifted its philosophy. Let the drivers handle their own business. Draw the line only when it escalates beyond that. And now you're seeing the fruit of that shift most visibly in how the league is handling a driver like Hocevar, who has built a reputation for racing on the edge and ruffling feathers throughout the Cup Series garage. Here's where this gets genuinely interesting from a business standpoint. O'Donnell isn't just tolerating conflict, he's strategically leaning into it, and that's a calculated bet on what actually sells a sport. Think about it. NASCAR spent years trying to sanitize its image, and attention slowly drifted elsewhere. Now the leadership is essentially saying rivalries are inventory, villains are inventory. A driver who ticks off half the garage while thrilling the fan base is not a problem to be managed. He's a storyline to be protected. That's a real risk, though. Boosting the rings too much and you invite genuine danger, injuries, PR disasters that make the sport look reckless instead of authentic. The line NASCAR is drawing, driver disputes yes, crew brawls no, is a narrow one to walk consistently. One ugly, out-of-control incident and the entire policy gets re-examined under a microscope. But if they thread that needle, this could be smart, aggressive marketing dressed up as a hands-off policy. Every sport that has thrived on personality, boxing, the NBA and its trash talk eras, even pro wrestling and its shoot-style moments, understood the same thing O'Donnell is saying now. Fans don't fall in love with sanitized competition. They fall in love with stakes, grudges, and characters they either want to see win or want to see lose. Expect the fan base to split hard on this one. One side is going to love it. Finally, a NASCAR executive admitting the sport is more entertaining with edge and emotion instead of pretending everyone's best friends after 500 miles of contact. The other side is going to worry this opens the door to chaos, arguing that safety should never take a backseat to storyline potential, no matter how good it is for ratings. And Hocevar himself becomes the test case media outlets will watch closest. Every incident involving his car this season is now going to be framed through this new lens. Is NASCAR protecting him because he's must-watch television, or because they genuinely believe he's racing the right way? Best case scenario, this hands-off approach injects real juice into the Cup Series. Rivalries deepen organically, ratings tick up, and drivers like Hocevar become breakout stars precisely because NASCAR let their personalities exist instead of finding them into silence. Worst case scenario, a pit road confrontation goes too far, someone gets seriously hurt, and NASCAR is forced to reverse course under intense public pressure, right back to the fine everybody era they just tried to escape. So here's the real question. Is NASCAR finally figuring out what makes sports great, letting personalities and rivalries breathe? Or are they playing with fire by encouraging drivers to settle things with their fists? Drop your take in the comments. Are you team let them fight? Or do you think this is a policy that's one bad incident away from blowing up in NASCAR's face? If you want more no-filter breakdowns like this one, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA. We'll see you in the next one.